Hey, what's going on, everyone? We got the dollar. Looks like it fell below 100 today. It's coming up on previous lows. It blew down, had a small bounce, and then continuation. Looks like it broke previous lows, bounced back in, and see what happens. I know the measured move is in, so at any moment it could turn around. That line there is really steep coming on the downside, so slicing above it, probably no problem. Look for previous low breaks. Good for another 95 cents or so. Otherwise, look for consolidation, maybe a some time spent above previous lows, upwards past the 8. See if we can get a pop into the 8, back into the 8, back into the 13, back into the 8, something. But right now it looks like a 1-2 punch on the downside. See how it holds up. S&P and Dow had a great day. There's a reverse head and shoulders, and it broke out on the top side. Closing on its highs too, look at that. Looks bullish. Let's see what's going on the monthly or weekly. Weekly, we got closing on its highs. And we got monthly closing on its highs. 2300, huh? Erase all my crap. Pretty parabolic too. It's just insane how far this has gone up for 8 years plus. And breaking previous highs, not even coming back on a bullish retracement after the break of previous highs. Really steep. It's gone parabolic. What if inflation's hitting? I don't know. This rally is pretty skeptical about it. Not sure what Trump's going to do with the Federal Reserve and all these black boxes doing the high frequency trading yet. I mean, if they take that away, I mean, obviously the markets will crash, but looks like it's business as usual. The Dow crossing over 20,000, breaking that previous break. Nice. Nice W. Could have been a head and shoulders top. Reverse head and shoulders. Looks like a pretty good bounce over that support line. Look how steep that is. I don't know. Could be a left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder coming in. Could be all sorts of things, but one thing's for sure, that's parabolic. Straight up. Looks like NASDAQ took a break, previous high break, all-time highs. Very nice. Is it all-time highs? I think so. Can't remember it any time above 5,000, so. Yeah, year 2000 was when the tech bubble burst. So there you go, tech bubble is back in the swing of things. I don't like the NASDAQ very much, just because I think a whole third of the whole thing is Apple and Google, Amazon. So a third of it is all just 3 companies controlling the movement. So I'm not a big fan of NASDAQ, but that would have been an easy trade. Flat top break. Easy deasy. Gold. Let's see on the gold. Gold broke down. Let's take an hourly look. Gold broke down. Let's see the breakdown, bearish retracement, previous low breaks, little bounce there, little bounce there. So there we have the left, and then the extension. Pick me up some on the bounce. So far so good. Looks like we hit resistance, came back, and now we're coming across 13. Coming across 12 too. 12 is our support, big emotional spot. Gotta hold 12 for the week. See what happens. For the week, there's a 13. Came all the way back into support. We still have a double top on the weekly. Daily, you can see the bounce on the daily. Right off that 13. We're working with a double top, so careful. This thing can come all the way back in. But so far so good. Bounce off the 13. And we got support right over here. The 34 is turning. We got the 8 and the 13 pointing up. So hopefully this will get back on track here. Nice bounce off the 12. 12 is still holding. Oh, might as well get rid of that. And again on the monthly, as we are coming to a close, we want to make sure we close above previous highs. Confirming that bottom. Let's get above up in here if we can. But so far we got rejected on the upside. Silver. Same thing on silver. On a monthly. We need to get above previous highs. Silver's awesome because all the averages are right there. Nice bounce off the 13. I don't think it should be too hard to get above previous highs for the month. The daily chart. I was looking at this earlier. I thought I saw a hammer. Can't really tell if that's a hammer. Legitimately, no. I don't know. You make the call, but it did bounce and closed in. Closing right at previous highs. See if momentum will take it across 17 again. 17's got to hold. A little sideways action as the averages come up to meet it. That would be alright. Also look at the left shoulder, the head, and maybe the right shoulder coming in. Looks like the pop of the 13 got rejected, came back in, closed at 13 so far this week. Let's get above previous highs. You can see the left shoulder. Maybe that would be the start of the completing the pattern. You never know. Nice bounce though. Let's take a look on the hourly. See how this thing fared. I remember reverse head and shoulders on the 60-minute. Here's the left shoulder. 3-bar pattern. Came across, came in. Nice hammer over the 13 on the cross. Bam, bam. 8's got a hold. Looks like it's coming back in to support right now. We've got a left shoulder, right shoulder. Nice bounce. And you can see that bounce on the daily. I really thought that was a hammer earlier. It closed up higher. But it came all the way down and closed back in. Nice bounce off the 13. See if it'll turn around and break new highs by the end of the month. Copper. Copper's looking for that flat top break. Nice 1-2 punch coming on a weekly now. Let's see if that monthly will come in. Nice. Looking for it. 1-2 punch. Let's see if we can complete that punch on the monthly chart. Bitcoin still holding about 9. Weekly came into resistance, came back into support, bounce, came back into support now. Looks like it's consolidating, building. Take out that reversal bar. Looks like it caught support and bounced a little bit. See if it'll keep going. Crude. Looking a little shady there. Got a bounce, bounce, and then rejection. We got the 8 pointing down now. Pretty sluggish. Nice reversal bar there. Bearish retracement. Daily's bearish. Weekly's turning to be bearish too. But that is closing above the 8. We'll see how that turns out. We got a bunch of reversal bars. Nasty. Nasty. It's got a nasty rounding top. It's just holding on by a tether. You can see the 8 just barely holding it up. Got a very steep incline trend line. It hasn't done anything. The longer it waits, the more it has to come back into support. It's the dying bouncing ball. Weekly crude or Shanghai composite, nice hammer. Take a ride. Weekly hammer. And then all for this. Is that a butterfly doji? Long-legged butterfly doji. Into resistance, caught itself, kept going. Very, very nice. Reversal bars. That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. This thing's pretty turbulent. Looks like we got a cross. Got a bearish retracement, blah, blah, blah. Didn't last very long. Double bottomed. Gapped, gapped, gapped. Came back into support. Now it broke previous highs. Bullish on the upside. Resistance, at resistance on the weekly though. So I think we talked about this, the cross and the bearish retracement now. See if it'll bust above to get support. Looks like we got a 2-bar pattern here. If it busts above the 8, use that as a support line. Looks like it's gaining support on the weekly. Nasty reversal bar on the monthly. Looks like daily's bullish. Other than that, I don't know. Gotta break previous highs. Looks like we're breaking into the gap here. See if it'll get above the other gap. Bullish on daily. The other two, I'm just not sure yet. Nikkei, same thing. Came across, bearish retraced. Now it gapped in. Falling star, and then gapped in. I'd say that's pretty weird, but who knows what's going on out there. Could be just another bearish retracement as the 8 is coming down, the 13 is pointing down, the 34 is rolling over. Well, not rolling over yet, but it's rolling. So we broke down, bearish retrace, Maybe that's a double take on the bearish retracement. Look for previous low breaks. It's still below. It's above the 8, but the 8 crossed the 34, so we're looking for a longer term bearishness coming up on this one. Call looks like it wants to come back into support, kind of stalled. Nice bounce off that bottom. Still inside the channel. See what happens. See all that? Let's take a gander. See what happened today. Still in that pattern. Nice cross. Came back in. Came back in. This one did not reach its natural point of return though. So it could be bearish on CLF. But it did close that gap. Let's see if it'll turn around here. GDX. Not much of a decline for GDX. Still working it. The gap down. Looks like a falling or a hanging man now. Came across, bearish retrace back in. And I don't think it closed above previous highs. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I guess it did. So that could be construed as a hammer. Not sure yet. Look for previous low breaks. Nice bounce. Could be a hanging man or a hammer. And it did close above previous highs. So we got support. So that's why I'm saying maybe a hammer. GDX still holding that right shoulder. It's got to hold the line. Nice line right in there. It's good enough. Hold the line, plenty of support. Same. Hold that line, that right shoulder's trending up. Let's see a flat top break coming, hopefully. JNUG held support, held the line. Now we're working with a whipsaw though. We're at support. Make sure we don't break down so we don't break down into the previous range. Let's see, uranium. I think this one had a little push today. That's a daily falling star. Just a 1-2 punch coming in on the weekly. And the monthly. Close above that 34 on the monthly, and it's golden. Coming back into support. Should watch for that. NAK looks like it got rejected a little bit today. Oh, and there's a nice reversal bar now. So watch out. Use the gap as your support. If it wants to fall back into the gap, it might follow that wick all the way down. So be careful of that. You're still hanging on. That's a reversal bar. It's got to be confirmed always. Just because it's a reversal bar doesn't mean anything until it's confirmed. So watch for the gap, support, and watch out below as the candle confirms. GFI, let's keep watching all of these. These are all the monthly ones. Very nice monthly charts. Took this one way back. We got a 3-bar pattern working. To see if we can bump this up just a little bit more. 50% of the previous candle. I think we'll get a morning star. URA coming into resistance still. Nice run. It probably have to come and consolidate unless it has a push to get over the 34 and then consolidate. URE. I'm watching this one closely because I know it's going to make another pop soon, but after that big pop, usually it takes a while for it to consolidate. So I'm looking for a break back inside the gap. You got resistance at 3. Resistance at 2, let's call it 250, 260. So it's bounced, got rejected right there. It came back in. Could be a nice cup and handle. Let's see if we can find anything on a shorter term. Not really. Would have been a cup and handle if it would have broke out. Maybe not. I guess you can perceive it any way you want, but we do have a double bottom. And then a rejection. So watch out below, as it might need to cross and break down to gather its legs. Maybe another leg down. And there's that cross. We got support at the 34, in and around 2. So, daily, could be painting the tape though, I don't know how it closed. Could be a bearish flag right there. Break down, maybe another leg down into previous breaks. That would be awesome for anyone playing this hardcore. We bought the break, and then it comes all the way back into the break. Buy into support. Find your support. So far on the daily, it's holding that 13. Weekly, no doubt, it could come back. Something to watch. I mean, that's a huge J curve coming in. You can see on the monthly or the weekly the 8's crossing now. So maybe price will come back and make that splash real quick. A little flash crash. Let's see. URRE, UEC. Looks like weekly, the 1-2 punch coming in. Daily, nice crack. Came back in. Could be a cup and handle. Real quick U right here. Whip across. See what happens with this one. A lot of people touting this one because it's not hedged. So CNAB came back into support today again, looks like. It's another one of those consolidations after the big run. But it is holding the line, consolidating it at the 8 and 13. Watch for previous high breaks. It could get another pop. Imp. I thought for sure this was a longer pattern. A longer time frame. Just watching this flat top break. It is at support if you're interested. KGC. Switch to monthly on these. See how they're holding up. No problem. Nice pop. Come in. This is support. Close above previous highs. SBBL. I like this one, the way it moves. Once volume starts kicking in. Nice. I like that. Bam. Consolidated. Hit support. Bam. Now it's building. Low volume lately though. Wait for volume to come in. Looks like it had a little pop. Came back into support. Now another little pop. Could get funny on the way down. Let's see. There's our support lines. See that 8 coming across. This price comes down to meet it. See what happens. It's a pink sheet, so be careful. UBQU. This is a hemp something. Software company goes hemp. I guess the last thing I saw was they bought 140 acres to grow hemp. But then once I saw the chart, I was looking at a longer term trend line break and it did. Bam! Now I'm waiting for it to go into previous resistance, into that balance point, in and around 5. In and around 5, I guess. Be a nice place to put your stop. Nice volume on that pattern. Today's action was a little weird. Gap to open, closed in, fell in, and then closed above. At like the last minutes too. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. So now we have a cross, consolidated nicely, gapped open, came in, gapped open, came in, and then closed up. Hopefully a break into resistance. That's what I'm looking for on that one. BGZ, not yet. Look at that weekly cross though. You watch for previous something to break outside that channel. Breaking above 1 would be nice. Breaking above 1, use it as your support and take a ride as this cross is coming. I like those little kicks. Those J-curve kicks. EXK looks like it's forming a bottom. Holding support on the right shoulder. Right where the 8 is. Or right where the 13 is. And a nice line here. Hold the line. AG. Looks like the right shoulder's coming in. IAG. Looks like it pops and needs to gather its legs. Too many wicks pointing up. Gotta hold support, otherwise it's going to come back into support. ABX, let's keep these to a monthly. See that. Monthly bounce, crossed over, came in. Now it's crossed. Look for a flat top break on ABX. Let's go back to IEG. Look at a flat top break coming across. AG. See if we can get this above previous highs. GG. This one's different. Came into resistance, came back in, held support. Now we got a 3-bar pattern. This looks like coming across the 8 on a monthly. Nice 3-bar. 3-bar pattern on the bottom. Same with AUI. Came back into support. Now it's closing above previous highs so far for the month. See how these close in a couple. How many days we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 more days to close for monthly charts. NGD, all the same scenario. NGD looks really awesome. Let's see if anything is gonna catch. Find these things on support. Right shoulder's coming in on these reverse head and shoulders. It's got to hold support. Can bring this all the way back in. If I wanted to. See where it stops. So those retracements, see how fast it'll happen so we can grab it on support and crack the whip on the way up. Another 3-bar pattern forming. See if it'll get above resistance. BTG. Nice. Gotta keep an eye on this one. Long-term trend line break. Crossed. Came back in. Came into resistance. Came all the way back in. Bounced. Now I got a 3-bar pattern. Monthly chart. Watch that on the 3-bar. Watch the 3-bar pattern on the next month open. Close above 3 on the monthly. That looks pretty badass right there. BVN, same thing, monthly chart. PVG, a little bit different. Already came across, came into support. But looks like it wants to break previous highs. Goro came into support as well. AGI, same thing. Still holding. Monthly chart needs to close above previous highs. Previous candle high. Confirming. Pretty nice. Well, that's it for me, guys. Keep your heads on straight. Look at those retracements back into support. Watch those reversal bars and take a ride. That's all I got to say. I got another donation. Appreciate you guys. Cups of coffee. I love them. I need them. And if you have a chance, please use the PayPal button on my channel, front page. And share, like, and comment. Let me know what's going on out there. I'll see ya.